Welcome to Poetry and Me Live. Thank you very much. So, I'm A the Poet. One thing I really wanted to get out of Poetry and Me Live was to provide a platform for other poets far and wide across the world, and just to spread the joy of poetry. Poetry for me has been an avenue of therapy. It's gotten me through the tough times. It's helped me celebrate the good times. And why not spread something like that? And one thing I love about what I do with regards to Poetry and Me is it shows people that they can be writers too, because one thing that I found growing up at school was I would never have identified as a poet just based on the poetry we read at school, the poets we saw who came into school, etc. So this is literally trying to mitigate that, to show you in the audience or far and wide on, if you're watching online, that you can be a poet too. We don't have two heads, as my parents love to say. I don't have two heads, so you can do it too. Whether it's to perform or whether it's to just find some way to express yourself. So thank you so much for coming. We have three amazing poets that are featuring tonight. We have Lara Grace Ilori. Give it up for Lara. That's it, that's the one. I feel like when we have a break, you guys need a little bit of lubrication, and I feel like the vibe is gonna pick up as the night goes on. Then we also have Chris, who's gonna jump on the mic. And lastly, we have Salient Voice. Give it up for Salient. Amazing. Okay, so one call and response that I love to do is hey, 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 and then you guys can either say hey, or you can say way, whatever your spirit guides you to say. So let's try it. Hey, hey, hey. Hey. Oh, I'm gonna try that again. Hey, hey, hey. Hey. You guys, you see, I knew it. After the break, it's always after a break. How you doing? But it's always after a break, the vibe. Everybody's lubricated. Everybody's like had snacks. What are snacks? So our last feature for the evening. So before I say her name, I just want to give you the definition of her name. And it is, and I quote from Google, something of significance that merits the attention given it.
That's right.
I know that's right. Period. Period. I'm gonna say that again in case it went over your head. Something of significance that merits the attention given it. So just to give you a bit of background, I started following her in 2021 in lockdown, where all things great happened. And it was like something happened, right? And when I went down the feed and the posts were posting, the merit that was given to her, it made sense. So her title makes sense. So I need y'all to give it up for Salient Voice. Woo! Please, please, please. Welcome.
Hi.
Hi.
That was a lot.
A lot now.
No, only because I have to actually tell everyone what my name means, because obviously no one knows.
Yes.
So yeah, thank you. I appreciate that so much. I wasn't expecting that.
No,
so yeah,
it's
I appreciate
okay.
it. Hi everyone. Hi. You guys have been an amazing audience. Like, I can't wait to actually share my pieces to all of you, and I hope you guys, all one of you, able to relate to what I'm about to share with you. But I'll stop hugging the mic because I can.
No, it's okay. Please, as it is my stage, is also your stage. Mm-hmm. My first question, or the first thing I want to delve into, is your name.
Right.
Because I'm sure, because for me, it did go, first time I heard it, I'm going to be honest, because accountability, it went over my head. So just to read out that definition, once again, something of significance that merits the attention given it. And how did we get there? I mean, you deserve every merit you get because you're amazing, but how did you pick that name?
It didn't start like that. So when I first, I've been doing poetry from the age of 16. That's when I first performed in front of an audience. I wasn't someone I've been doing it from like young, no. And for a while I did it with church, then I stopped for so many reasons, and then I picked up again, like you, in lockdown.
Yeah.
And so when you said that, I was like, me too. And since then I've been consistent. So when I first started as Sarah Mary, a poet with a voice. So my name is Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi. So that's how I started. But then I started to think, okay, I've not done any, been on to any performance or any poetry events. Like, imagine going up there and going, oh, hi guys, my name is Sarah Mary, a poet with a voice. Like, it just sounded like a mouthful. But I was just like, I want to change it, but I also want to change it to something meaningful. Just not, because it's just, like, you know, back in the days when we used to say tag names and stuff. I didn't just want to do that. Like, that's not what I wanted to do. And the reason why I gave that much backstory is because when I was in church and I was like doing poetry, writing and performing poetry, I started to doubt myself, and I just felt like my voice wasn't important. And I just, that's kind of feeling I started to like feel towards myself. And what I would do then is push other people to be the poet, like in the church, to perform rather than myself.
Okay.
So during lockdown, when I decided to change my name, I was like, okay, like, what can I change it to? And I was like, and this is literally what I did. There was no further thoughts to this. I literally went on Google and I said, what is another word for important? And salient came up. And I remember I was talking to my family, like a few family members, and I was like, oh, salient, that just, what can I, like, I don't like just salient, like, what can I add? And I remember my sister's boyfriend saying, oh, why not say voice, salient voice? And I was like, oh.
Sounds good. SV.
I was like, I like that. And yeah, that was literally it. Like, there was nothing more, nothing less to it. It was just literally another word for important, and that's how it came up.
And you are indeed important.
Thank you.
Honestly. And the poems that you write make me feel important.
I'm glad. Thanks.
I think it was the one that I saw in lockdown, the words you were speaking. TMI, I was going through a breakup, and
I know exactly which one you're talking about.
Yeah, in 2021, it was either April or May, one of the two.
I don't remember the month, but I remember that poem.
I was going through it, and poetry helps me when I'm going through it. So,
Fact.
And it wasn't like one that I either was on somebody's story. I don't know how I came across it, but it came up right at the time, and you genuinely made me feel like, you know what, the emotions you're feeling, you're not crazy. So thank you so much.
Oh, that's so good.
I'm so happy that you found it again, and you found this amazing title that genuinely it's worth it. You deserve that name.
Thank you.
I think that's a perfect moment to go into your first poem.
Yes.
Please let us know what it's called, where it came from, the story maybe.
Sure. So the first poem is called Forward. I always say this poem birthed... Who's a night person? Show of hands. Morning person? All right, shout out to my night peoples, innit? So, I am not a morning person, I'll tell you that for free. I do not like mornings. But I find that I write better at night. But obviously when you're working 9 to 5, you cannot stay up. It's too stupid to clock. So, because I like my sleep and I'm not, you see how it works. I'm not a morning person, so I need my sleep. So I was also going through a lot at the time I wrote this poem. And I wrote it at around 3 a.m. I remember looking at the time, because I was talking to my best friend at the time, and I was like, oh my God, I'm writing something. Like, I don't know what's going on, but I'm writing something. And she was like, okay, cool. Finish it and call me back. And I was like, cool. And I remember that poem, like, I cried whilst writing that poem, because it was taking a lot out of me to get those words out. I'm the kind of person, I came to the conclusion that writer's block is a myth. And I feel like writer's block happens when you are not ready to explore that emotion. You're not ready to write about it. And that's what for me is writer's block. Like, I don't think it's like, oh, you don't have anything to write about or anything. Like, I just feel like it's your body telling you we're not ready to face that.
To go through that emotion, yeah.
And sometimes you have to force yourself. Anyway, so I wrote that poem and I see it as a state of confusion to... and a journey to a place of like certainty. That's the way I always and I will always describe that poem, a state of confusion on a journey to a state of certainty. So yeah, I hope someone connects to this as I always connect to it, because this poem helps me in moments, like present moments basically. I try to mesh the words in my mind, hoping it connects like the words in my rhymes, but I fail at it. Inner critic getting loud with things, screaming from mountaintops like, we're proud of it. And that sucks. So I get stuck, judging from the corner, looking at every action my mind sends to my being, and I ponder, contradicting lies like I warned her. So my mind plays tricks. Should I Ray Charles this or stay true to my heart like Stevie Wonder? Ooh, let the good times roll. I want to fast forward to the good times already, but my mind's held captive, archived lies like, wait, no, you're not ready. So I file it. I accept it and download it before it's too late to reject it. The main line in my frame of mind has already been made to subject this fabricated delusional lies, and what's the worth, mate? No profit. So I choose to forfeit. I choose to fake it so that I can make it, but I return to the motion that I mess with. A vicious cycle, past traumas that I ain't dealt with. I'm sure this isn't what life is supposed to be about. God help me. Because I'm trying to unlearn things. I want to push, keep pushing till I can't breathe, till the pain cuts deep and it stings, till I'm not held like a puppet with apparently strong strings, till I can reach the top and watch the blessings my hard work brings, till I can stand firm confident that you brought me to my every win. Because I know this vicious cycle is only a fling, because I'm about to jump up at this situation, because I know this situation is only a fling. Sorry.
Word.
Because I know this vicious cycle is only a fling. Because I'm about to pop up on this situation and know that I'm jumping out of this shit. Because this ride ain't waving no more. It moves brazy for sure. I tend to lose my way some more. But see, I'm stepping on some waters. I'm holding on to the truth and it's scaring all my haters. No, not humans, but if the shoe fits, go ahead and be aware, bro. Because in this life, I'm about to get clearer. Speak louder and my demons watch this voice, he ain't salient for no reason. Move everything to the side because I'm stepping with a whole different vibe. Because I'm the rider and the driver, baddest provider.
I thought that cough was a real cough, and I was like, oh, no, it happens to the best of us, but it was a whole part of it. But it's provider for real.
I always get that. People always think that the cough is part of it, and I'm like, no, it's on purpose.
Thank you. Oh, please, is that on your social?
Yeah, so Forward is actually on Spotify. So there's no backing track or anything because I just like people to take in my word. But I do love poetry and music together. Don't get it twisted. Poetry and music bangs. But yeah, it's on Spotify. So yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna add that to my morning playlist. I feel like that was motivational. Did I hear somebody say motivational? Thank you so much. Because that really was motivational. You can do it. What did I say? Important, significant. Yes. Wow, thank you. That was intense. A real journey. Mm-hmm. So you mentioned that you started writing 14 or 16? 16. And we came to a brief break, we'll call it. How did you find that writing at the beginning?
Sorry, so at the beginning...
At the 14, 16,
16.
Sorry, 16, yes.
To be honest, when I did that poem, I didn't think of myself as a poet.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
I can relate.
I went to an audition, so Grace and Chris, I enjoyed acting. I've done acting in secondary school. I did acting in college as well. So yeah, acting has just followed me all my life. So when how I saw that opportunity was someone who had been to prison and he was out. He was doing like an awareness show, and he had a charity as well. And he was looking for like actors and poets. And I was like, oh, I want to do it. So I went to the audition. I remember being like one of the youngest. Everyone was older than me. Like like in their 20s, 18, like upwards. And I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. And then they were like, oh, so what do you want to do? And I was like, I can do both acting and I enjoy writing. So yeah. And that's how I got into it, and I performed, and it's still on YouTube, and I look here from time to time, and I'm like, because it's like 16-year-old me who doesn't even look 16, but it's okay. But yeah, so that was nice. I mean, writing amongst, to answer your question properly, like writing amongst other poets was nice. I don't remember exactly how I felt for myself, because I said it was not a journey that I thought I would be on. It was just something that I was like, oh, I like it, let me explore it. But I must say, what I remember a lot is being on that stage felt so good. And I remember I had my family there. I remember talking about my family. I was like, guys, come, it's gonna be like 70 people there. Like it was in the theatre, and I was like, make sure you guys come. And they all showed up for me. And it was like really nice to just be on stage and get that moment to just speak and just be me. Yeah, that's what I definitely remember, but not the writing process per se, but yeah.
So that was your first performance?
Yes, with poetry on stage in front of an audience, yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Sorry, because it took me ages to do it. So that's insane. Congratulations for that, but congratulations for now anyhow.
Thank you.
Yes, please, with the clip. We really appreciate that. And since I feel like, I don't know how many years in the game it's been, but like, what would your most memorable performance be? Like that, like, and let me define memorable, like one that left you feeling like, whoa, it's never been like that in my bedroom. Like, I didn't know I was gonna feel like that. Do you know what I mean? Or I didn't know that line. You know when you hear the clicks, you know, sometimes, I don't know about you, but sometimes I feel like I know when the clicks are gonna come because I felt the clicks for myself.
Already, when I was writing, I get you.
So, but you got a click for a line where it was like, that shouldn't have gotten a click, but okay, got a click, hey. Tell me about one of those performances.
I don't know if I would say clicks, because with my poetry, I don't know, I go deep.
You do.
So I feel like I don't really listen up for the clicks. I feel like, to answer your question, what I can say was like my most memorable performance was my first ever headline show. And the reason why I look back to that day and I appreciate that day so much, because I had my family show up. I had my close friends from church show up, and I had people who I knew from like other walks of life show up for me, and I dedicated everything into that set, like right from the beginning, in the middle to the end. Like I gave everything in that set. So I'll say like that's my most memorable like performance, because I look back at it and I think I can do this. Because I know there are poets in the house. When you have not actually headlined any shows, you always think, oh my God, how is it going to be when I headline a show? Like, how am I going to be feeling? Like, what am I going to do? What am I going to say? Like, how is it going to be? So when I had that, I was just like, wow, so this is it. And I was like, okay, more of this, kind of thing. Like that was very, very memorable for me, because I just gave my all. Like I went to the studio to record a backing track, like just right from the beginning how it started. It didn't start with me, I pre-recorded it. Like I gave everything into that set. I thought, this is my first headline show. I'm gonna treat it like it's my first or my last. Do you know what I mean? So I'm sure there were other performances that I've done that were great, but that's one that when you were speaking and asked me the question, that's the first one that came to me, so yeah. And
I was gonna ask like, how did you prepare for that? But you even went into it.
Right.
So thank you for that, for answering my next question. I feel like that was so motivational, and not just to me, but I'm sure to maybe to people in the crowd, because some people haven't had their first headline just yet. It's coming. Those in the crowd. It's coming. Period.
It is.
Well, you've had yours now. Today was your headline, girl.
And I'm like, just to put in something. I'm someone of timing. Like, we were supposed to have something. This was not how it was supposed to be.
It's true.
So I'm someone like, when it's your time, nothing and nobody in hell, on earth, nothing can stop you. Like, when it's aligned for you, it makes sense. That's why I don't rush things. If I don't get a headline show until 3 months' time, cool. I'm still writing anyway.
Yeah,
like,
it's true.
I'm still doing what I need to do.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? It's all good. So yeah, timing. That's what it's all about. Time. Because when that first headline show came, I remember saying to myself, God, I'm going into this new year, and I'm just going to perform.
Yes.
If someone calls me, I'm going to perform. If someone shouts me, I'm going to perform.
Facts.
And then she just like messaged me in the DMs and I was just like, I wasn't expecting this. So yeah, timing.
And even to add to that point is like, in the between times that, say for example, it's in September, you're thinking, oh yeah, I'm gonna perform, but it doesn't come, and you're like, next time it comes, between September and January, and it comes in January, you would have written the poem that you needed to.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean,
you're right with regards to timing. And to let you guys into a little secret, we were meant to have this conversation in February this year, but that wasn't going to be in front of an audience. But I think you're right with timing, because I don't know, I don't want to speak for you,
okay,
but I feed off the energy of the crowd. When you came on, you were like, you guys have been an amazing crowd. So I feel like you're absolutely right when it comes to like the timing of it all. This is perfect.
Definitely.
Perfect. Chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. I think this is a perfect time to go into the second, which is let us know what it's about and what's it called.
Okay, I'm not going to tell you what it's about, but it's called Sunken Place. This is quite deep, so...
Hold on.
Not hold on, just... yeah, I hope it resonates with anyone or someone. I think I'm losing myself in you. I've allowed your opinions about me to shape my every view. I don't look in the mirror and see myself. I see your opinions about me. I see your thought process about me molding me. I see the figments of your manipulative ideas of your personality attaching itself to me. And I want to break into your reality and let you know that you are puzzle piecing me wrong. Because I've been morphing into somebody else since you tapped into my world. Since you set your blazing eyes on me, I knew the fire and the spark was just too strong. Heat I've never felt before. I kept my distance, you went on. You drew closer, I listened some more. I tried to ice you out, block you out, but your interactions melted every wall. So I'm losing myself in you. Because everything you do, I agree. Everything you say, I respond yes. I don't often question your views, but when I do, my opinions are not held to a high degree because I let you in so easily. Wow. I think I'm losing myself in you. Because every time I try to imagine me without you is foggy. Every time I try to correct you, you lash out, and it always ends with, I do what I want. Trust me. I tend to fade into a void. An absence I'm not sure who created, but I know it's there. A thing so unseen, unheard of its voice, but yet it bellows the loudest noise. Damn. I've lost myself in you. Because silent tears doesn't comfort me. Private pillow screams increases the pain. Times I needed you the most, you did not come for me. Instead, I stared blankly as I watched the scars your words ingrained on my heart bleeds. Every fist you swung at me stays on replay for my eyes to see. I am mentally exhausted, vocally restrained, emotionally drained. I swear this right here feels like a game. All because I lost myself in you. Lord knows where the old me has been detained because I find myself.
You got it. You got it.
Sorry, wow.
No, it's okay. Keep going, please, please, please.
Because I find myself finding you through the taste of ecstasy. I've become so bitter and unpleasant, so violent and disconnected, all because I lost myself in you. Whew. So if you hear this, just know that I'm finding me. I'm draining every drip you injected in my veins, in my bloodstreams mixed with my DNA. See, I smell coffee for fun just to get rid of your scent. I wake up before the sun, go for a run so I can get as far as I can away from you. No, it's not out of fear because I'm running a path that leads to my destiny, one you try to hide from me. And yes, I did say no to bio oil because I wanted your scars to stand bold, because I won't let you let me fold. Wow. I thought I'd be lost forever, but I found the best lover.
Amen.
One that loves me unconditionally and reminds me that I don't have to go through what we went through continuously. I smile more. I laugh more. And I am connecting to every single parts of me. Thank you. Guys, I have never cried in that. No, I have to say something. I have never cried in that performance, and I know a few faces in here that have seen me perform that same piece, and I've never cried. So I don't know what happened here. I don't know what happened here. I could not control the tears. I am so sorry, guys. I did not want to cry.
No. I don't think I even said it at the beginning. It's like Poetry and Me is a safe space. It is the place where you can perform poetry for the first time, for you to show emotion for the first time. I think that was a true testament of what poetry is. And that one performance is not the same as another performance. And life isn't the same. You could do the same jog route every time, but it's not going to feel the same every time. And you literally just, thank you. Honestly. That was a level of vulnerability. I don't even think we need to talk more about it, especially since I want to respect the poem for what the poem was, and I'm going to leave it at that. But I just want to genuinely thank you for that.
That's okay.
And the fact that it was at Poetry and Me that you cried, I feel like maybe it is a safe space. But thank you so much. Let's talk about the next poem. I think it's because I might have been a little bit triggered. I don't know what it was. It was just, thank you. Sorry,
yeah, but I'm fine, guys. I am. I think I shocked myself. I just didn't even, Anyway, next poem.
Yes, please. Swiftly moving on.
Anywho. Okay, so this poem is really new. I wrote it for a show I performed at yesterday. It's called No, it's called... No, not Spring Up.
Yes.
It's
Number one fan.
we headline, no, we headline together, that's why. Bounce Back. Oh, is that what you said?
I think your number one fan knows your set list, ma'am.
Oh no, that's the... it's called Bounce Back. Let me just search it up, sorry.
No worries. Clicks, please. Hey.
Hey.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah. It's called The Bounce Back. I don't even know if I should give it like a background, what it's about.
What's Spirit telling you?
I'll just go into it.
Fab.
Okay. One thing you should know about me, I'll bounce back.
Facts.
I'll take that three-pointer fearlessly. Even if it hits the backboard or if I'm way off target, do you know what I will still do? I will still bounce back.
Facts.
I'll pick up my rebound and still aim for that pointer because it's worth every attempt. I'll find other ways to get that point, whether it's through a layup, jump shot, alley-oop or a dunk. Even if I get it wrong or I'm way off target, I will still take that shot. Knees slightly bent, elbows at 45 degrees, eyes on my target, and I will let that ball breathe. Say it again. Wait, are you a baller? Are you a baller? Do you play basketball? Okay.
I think you need to say it again.
Knees slightly bent, elbows at 45 degrees, eyes on my target, and I will still let that ball breathe. I will still bounce back without giving up. Just like that ball or the momentum in my steps, I will spring up. I am that first bright splash of colour after a period of cold grey nights. I am that new awakened beast that's been left asleep for a very long time. I am that tall, straight, standing daffodil that you see spring up out of nowhere on a sunny summer's morning. But you have to watch me, read my lips, take it in as I say these very words. I will spring up. I will bounce back. Okay. Let me ask you a question. As a little kid, did you guys ever get infatuated by shiny objects? Yeah? All right. My little sister loved marbles. She loved them so much that she put a few of those shiny little rounded objects up her nose. Do you remember? No? Okay. Now I don't know what possessed her to do so, but we all thought it was cute, but in the end, and during, we were all really scared. Until date, that little girl now, a lady, still springs up. I guess it runs in the family. I'm that product that would cause others to inquire about my depth. Not because of my strength. I'm just learning to put ears to the ground and to trust my beginnings. I'm formed in dust, so earth is familiar with my roots, but my spirit is heavenly. That's why when I say I will bounce back, spring up, it's heavily backed up by him, the sun. So when the sun is shining, don't try to dim our lights. Don't try to splash your dark energy on my white canvas every time I try to make things right. Leave me. Let me breathe. Let me go far beyond the borders. Interact with the waves, learn from my mistakes. Let me broaden my range. There's a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. That's cool. But let me mix my primaries to get my own unique shade. Don't try to place your secondary opinions on my coat of many colors. I have all these options for a reason. My various colors are what makes me me. And my artist is perfect at mixing me up to bring out my perfect shade amidst my flaws. So please, I will bounce back. Spring up. Like spring, I will create a buzz in my community. Like spring, I will be the light in every room I walk into. Like spring, I will shed old leaves to make room for new ones to bloom. Like spring, when I'm weakened by outside stress, I may absorb it, But once I let that ish go, I will return to my natural state and I will spring up. One thing you should know about me, I will spring up. I'll take that 3-pointer fearlessly. Knees slightly bent, elbows at 45 degrees and eyes on my target, and I will let my soul swish, breathe. Thank you.
Vibes. Wood.
Sorry, I had to lighten up my mood because
No, it's okay. It's okay. That was a great one.
Yeah.
I feel like you resonated with the basketballers in the back.
yeah, I knew the ballers would resonate with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I'm not gonna lie. Can we just take a minute? His hand is on his chest. You touched it.
I appreciate
That was
you.
more than just about the basketball.
Oh,
There was
okay.
a lot more to that. There was a lot more to that.
I appreciate you.
Well done to you.
I appreciate
Oh,
you. Thank you.
thank you. Oh, that was really good. That was another motivational one. I hope that's going to be on Spotify soon.
I hope so too.
Yeah.
I'll motivate myself
Yes.
to do so.
If you needed that, like,
Yeah.
would people like it? Definitely, because double tap. That was amazing.
Thank you.
so much.
Thank you.
I could carry on. I really could. I have so many questions in my mind, and I feel like thank you for that last poem because it did recalibrate. Last question, as you guys know, that I ask all poets and writers: if you could spend 24 hours with anyone, dead or alive, who would it be, and why?
Okay. I will spend 24 hours with Little Sims.
Great choice.
She is an iconic human being. Her grafting is amazing. I only found out about her. I've not been following her since 2014, 2015. I've not been following her since then, I can't lie. I started following her 2021, 2022. And I just love her drive. I just love everything about her. Like, she's very deep. If you really take her in,
lyricism.
She's so real with everything she says, and she's not scared to put like her heart and what she's been through on show for everyone to see, because she's like, look, everybody has their journey and this is just mine. So yeah, I rate her 100%.
Same. That's a great.
100%.
I think that's a really good one. Thank you.
Thanks.
Yes, Little Sims. Yes. Can we please, for our last headliner, please give it up? Thank you. Sorry, before we give it up, I just want to say thank you.
Yes.
This has been a joy, and you were so right when you said timing. I feel like the timing was absolutely right for this conversation. I really am excited to see where you're going next, because to watch where you've already been, I can just see like, wow, the future is bright.
Amen.
Genuine, in Jesus' name.
Amen. Amen.
Thank you so much.
Can I just say something to everyone?
Yes, of course.
Guys, thank you so much for giving me the space. Thank you so much for taking in my poetry. I really appreciate you, and I'm going to stop talking. Thank you.
Give it up for Salient Boys! Thank you so much.
I appreciate you so
I
much.
appreciate you too. Thank you. One more time. Okay.